Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I have a long video for you guys because today we want to take a look at the finals of the Primetime Cup. The winner is taking home $800 and well, we were in the finals with Tribe Gaming against INTZ. So two well-known clans, and this means this is going to be a lot of fun. One thing which I'm going to do is I will show you guys back to back every single attack. So you guys have the experience of, well, you never saw the war before. So we're starting off with the first attack in a second. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. If you would like to support me, make sure to use the credit code iTzu. You can find that in your settings, in your in-game settings, like more settings, and at the bottom. Thank you so much for the support. Let's get started with the first attack, and that's gonna be Mr. E against me. And well, I have to say, I completely messed up. I had my first account in the 100k subscriber war of Clash with Eric. Congrats, by the way, on that. And I messed up completely. This means I only had this base because I have nearly only Legend League bases on my second account to try them out and like try a little bit around, I guess. So yeah, this was the base which I had. Mr. E is coming at it with Yeti Smash, which is right now basically the #1 strategy in the game. And it's so crazy strong. So let's see what exactly he's doing. He's coming in with the jump spell and with the earthquake, which is kind of a unique way on how to do it because most of the players are opting into wall breakers instead of the heavy spell, heavy jumping and earthquaking, etc. So Mr. E is deciding, okay, let's go with a jump into earthquake. Perfect earthquake placement, so he's opening up the core on both sides, which means he can enter not only from the bottom Inferno Tower to the core, but from the core to the top Inferno Tower as well. And one thing, like a small trick, which all of you guys have to use basically, if you're going for the Yeti Smash attack, always save a blimp if you're going in from the other side. You have two options. First option, that's what Mr. E is doing. He's coming in just right into the town hall because he's thinking there are no traps, and he's really right, sadly. Or you are coming basically from the back of your Yeti Smash. But either way, this attack is getting really close because somehow all of the Yetis in the core died, which means the tower is going down, but everything in the core died. All of the healers are dead now. The Queen is alive, is getting targeted by the single Inferno Tower, but now the Royal Champion is coming in to save the day. Or is he actually is she gonna actually save the day? Queen is alive, both heroes have her ability left, and this is gonna be really close. Royal Champion ability, otherwise she would have been dead. Queen ability, so this means no hero abilities at all anymore in this attack, and this is gonna be close. Queen is gonna die against the Tesla farm and the cannon, but this means his Royal Champion has to clutch this. One freeze left, he's placing the freeze on the cannon on the Tesla. The last Tesla is getting tanked by the last two loons, and this is gonna be, even though it's close, but a triple is a triple, so 3 stars for INTZ, and this was a clutch attack to begin the war with. So let's see how the next one goes. This means we always like change position kinda, which means the next attack is gonna come from us. So yeah, let's see what we're gonna use and who's gonna attack next. On this one, we have ENG coming in with the Yeti Smash as well, and ENG is god with the Yeti Smash. He's crazy good. And what he's doing over here, he's starting over the funnel with the Warden Walk on the right side of this base. He wants to like create a nice pathing for his later Yeti Smash. And something which he's going to do is he's funneling at the top as well to push kind of everything in between. So funnel on the right, then he's planning to come in right in between of everything basically, and then he wants to funnel at the top as well. So take a look at what exactly he's doing because this is like a mastermind. So first off, he's starting off the funnel at the bottom with his ward, and now he's dropping the siege barracks at the top with the P.E.K.K.A tanking all of the 3-point defenses. This means he has the possibility to place 2 Hawk Riders on the left cannon to make sure that there's less damage on his P.E.K.K.A and obviously make sure that everything is pathing the right way. And now he's coming in with the Yetis. If you might wonder, the Hawk Riders now are basically swag, right? No, the Hawk Rider, take a look at this freaking godly timing. Hawk Riders are coming in, Bomb Tower is going down, Hawk Riders are going to the single Inferno Tower, and this means there's no other way for the Yetis and the boulders to go anywhere basically except into the core. And this is getting really clutch because take a look at the next spell which he's using. It's the poison, and he's not only hitting only the enemy king, not only the enemy king, enemy Royal Champ, but he's as well hitting the enemy clan castle. So this poison was super clutch. Coming in with a Royal Champion from the top as well. Still has all of his a lot of spells left, like 2 freezes. First one's getting used on the single and on the scatter shot. And actually, did there like, did there too many Yetis die or anything? It feels like he has an entire Yeti smasher alive at the bottom of this base. So there's so much alive, and this won't be a time file, which means this is going to be the first triple for us, which means we're going to be tied on stars, on percentage, on everything, which means 3 stars on both sides. This is going to be a fun war. So many attacks to come in still. And well, there was the tornado trap, which means I think he wanted to bait the Yeti blimp on the single front tower, which did not work since, well, ENG just decided to completely overpower the base. Nicely done. So let's take a look at the next attack, and this is going to happen from INTZ. So who's going to attack next? I think the next one is going to be, let's see, Banal is attacking next, and he's gonna go with the Queen Charge Miners. So let's see how he's doing this. He's attacking Nick, and this base is actually, I think, already kind of popular, but still defending crazy well. So let's see whether Bernal can somehow triple this. He's doing the enemy clan castle kind of early on with the Hawk Riders, which means this looks good so far. Poison early on, and since he's taken out the Tesla, this means there's not too much damage on his queen, which means he has not to like place anything specific anymore, like rage or whatever. He can just let the poison and the queen do their work and wait a little bit longer, because those ice golems take for ages to take out. So nicely done on that part. Now the rage to keep his queen alive, speeding things up a little bit because of the storages and everything. And now there are 2 ground skeletons. You guys might wonder, why the heck are there 2 ground skeletons? It's just basically, since this is the most common queen walk on this base, it's just basically to stall the queen even longer. So one thing which was sadly on air were the expos. They are normally on ground, but since some other guys had to FC this base for a war, well, he had to change the settings, and this is why sadly the expos are on ground on air. So this means this can actually work, because normally there's just way too much damage with the ground expos. But Banal is going into this, and now take a look at this godly base building. The queen on the left is going for the elixir storage, which pulls her really far into the corner of this compartment, which means she cannot see, like angle IE wise, she cannot see the expos, which means she's going for a wall. On the other side we have the miners coming in, and the king, which has his ability left, and he has still the Yeti blimp, which he can still place. Queen meanwhile is dying on the left side. We can see the healers switching over but getting killed by the warden. Everything is looking good for him so far. Even though his queen didn't really do what he wanted to, he's getting a lot of value. Now the Yeti blimp getting into the core as well, taking out the enemy scatter shot, because that's like the big enemy for him right now. And now the miners are getting through the base. No heal spells left, but still the enemy still the Royal Champion ability left to use. And now everything is getting clutch, because everything is getting into the last couple of buildings. But now the one important thing, the enemy or the single Fern Tower is getting on the Royal Champion, and this means the Royal Champion is dying kind of quickly. So let's see if this can still work. It looks really good for him. Everything looks alright. Bomb is going off, and this means all of the miners are dying. This was a clutch bomb over there. Let's see if this can still work. All of the defenses are down. 10 seconds are left. The archers are doing work. They're trying to do everything they can. 5 seconds left. Can this somehow work? 5, 3. Oh my god. This is super close. But I think, like we said on the first attack of INTZ, which was super close as well, but a triple, I think that's just how it should be, right? 2 close triples? No. 1 close time fell, 1 close triple. So that's how it's done. ENG could have tripled the base probably twice with his army. So let's take a look at the next army, which is going, or let's take a look at the next attack, which is going to be once again from Tribe. And this one, Hex is coming in with the Yeti Smash as well. So let's take a look what exactly he's doing. He's starting off with the Warden Walk as well. But one thing which is so powerful right now is the Yeti blimp. If you guys might wonder why exactly is the Yeti blimp that strong at the moment compared to earlier maybe the Electron or stuff like that. So there's a really important thing about that, which is you only have to invest normally one rage, sometimes even no spells. And the next thing is that most of the bases right now kind of look pathing wise really annoying. So having a blimp which actually creates really nice pathing wherever you want to. So this is a huge box base, right? So if you want to have nice pathing, is first he's taking the Warden, then he's taking the Yeti blimp, which means he has really narrow entry for this Yeti smash, which is perfect for him. If the troops are later on splitting a little, or like the base is getting wider, he still has the jump spell and like everything to kind of path them through. But the beginning has to be kind of narrow, otherwise troops might walk, might do stupid things, whatever. So this is why the Yeti blimp is so clutch. Another thing which is important in this attack, he had to delay the warn ability super long. So either way, this is looking really good. So for the Yetis are getting through, the boulders are still alive, and the queen obviously still alive as well, even though she's shooting tons and tons of lava pups, which are coming out. Royal Champion at the bottom now, and now slowly but surely the troops are dying, because this scatter shot is placed perfectly. Royal Champion, this is kind of like the pathing where she's running around, but the scatter shot is killing slowly everything basically, because the queen decided to go on the outside, which means there's nothing which could target the scatter shot except the warden, which is doing a nice job at the moment. But now the warden is getting over to the Royal Champion. It's trying to help the Royal Champ. The Royal Champion is trying to clean up. So far, everything still is looking good, right? Time-wise, it could be close, but power-wise, he should get it. He still has the queen ability to make sure that this is going to be a triple. But let's see if this can somehow work in the end. So, we have the archers coming in. We have the warden trying to somehow survive against the skeletons. And we have the queen still working around. She's going for a wall. I guess she's trying to reach the skeletons. But yeah, as soon as the skeletons run around, she's trying to get back, whatever. But still, with the ability, this is going to be a 3-star, which means so far we are leading with 2% and 1 star, which is so far really good, right? So like for the beginning, it's good, but there's still 6 more attacks to come, 3 attacks of each side. And now we have Cabarudo coming in on legs. And this one is going to be a queen charge Hawk Rider attack, which is always nice to watch. So let's take a look at this beauty and see whether he can somehow triple the base. So what is he doing? He's starting off with the queen walk in front of the town hall. This is kind of one of those old classic bases where you have like the compartment in front of the town hall, then the town hall, and then you can like walk to either side. That's like one thing which I talked about so many times about this bases. So what he's doing over here, he's trying to wall break in for the wizard tower. Queen is going in, everything is looking really good. One thing which I liked is that he delayed the healers. The reason for that is the healers might always change target if there's not too much damage on one target which they're supposed to heal, like the queen. So if they would have healed the queen to full health, they might have switched to the king. So that's something why I delayed the healers. Nicely done over there. So let's take a look at what is happening next, because the Expos are trying to bring the queen down, which is not working too well. And now the next rage is making sure that the queen's not only dying, but as well she's speeding things up, because otherwise this might be a time issue. So he's already in the core of this base. This is a multi-inferno tower, which means it's basically useless on the queen. And the single inferno tower is getting nicely avoided at the top. And as soon as he's taking out the enemy queen, he can start off with his Hawk Riders, because that's kind of the goal of this attack. He not only took out the enemy king, enemy queen, enemy royal champ. So a lot of heroes are down, which means obviously the Hawk Riders are a nice path, or like a nice thing to go. So now he's sending a couple of Hawk Riders to take out the elephants to make sure that his healers are staying safe. And now he's starting off with the Hawk Riders from the top. CC, meanwhile, is getting targeted, but well, that doesn't really matter. He has the siege machine left, where he's placing the siege barracks on the upper side, which is a nice decision, because not only the P.E.K.K.A is tanking a couple of defenses, but as well, which is important, is that the P.E.K.K.A is going to be a like ASAP cleanup in combination with the wizards, which means kind of unlikely that this is going to be a cleanup fail. So time fail is unlikely. The spring traps try to carry this attack to defend this, but the clutch moment at this one is that the scatter shot is still at the queen, which means the queen won't die with only the scatter shot on her. And another thing is the scatter shot can't kill any of the Hawk Riders, even though most of the all of the Hawk Riders of the main squad are dead. Now the rest of the Hawk Riders are coming in from the siege barracks. Still Royal Champion alive, still her ability. This is going to be an overkill triple, nicely done. And this means INTZ is looking damn good. Like 2 triples, 198. This is going to be tough to beat. So let's see on what is going to be our next attack and how this will finish up. And yeah, let's see how this goes. So next one is going to be Lex, who's kind of taking revenge on Cabarudo, who's being his target. So let's see how this will go, since Cabarudo tripled him let's see if he can take the revenge. And one thing which is going to be, which the army which is going to take is going to be Queen Charge Hybrid. He's coming in with the Yeti Blimp, trying to take out the Town Hall. Everything is looking good so far. But no, the Yetis are actually stuck in front of the Town Hall. They activated the Town Hall, but did not take the Town Hall down. And the Scattershot is kind of like the MVP, killing every single time the Yeti mites. So this means kind of, if you're a little bit unlucky on the timing of the rhythm kind of where the Scattershot is shooting, you can lose all of your Yeti mites to the Scattershot. This is kind of unlucky, not happening too often, but sometimes it's happening. So this is why it's so risky to go into a Town Hall Sui with the Yeti Blimp if a Scattershot is next to it. It's risky. Lex took the risk, but sadly was not worth it. Now he has somehow to save the attack. Since he sees that the Tesla is popping up, he thinks, okay, there's going to be the Tesla farm. He somehow needs to funnel his queen inside. Otherwise, if the queen is walking around, this won't be a triple, or it won't be even close to triple. So he has to somehow make sure that everything is going inside. But now the healers are getting lured away off the king, switching back luckily to the queen. Otherwise, this would have been a huge disaster. But now queen is getting raged, healers are getting raged, everything is back to normal, with one big difference, and that's sadly that there's no way of how to funnel the hybrid, because since he has miners with him, he needs a funnel for the miners. Otherwise, they will just walk around the base and do basically nothing. So something over there was missing, and now everything is getting into the base. Hawk Riders and miners trying to somehow save this attack. Healers are switching again, even though there are expos on the queen, but this means the healers should heal something, right? No, they're passing the Hawk Riders and going to the outside of the miners, which is super unlucky over here. Queen is dead, meanwhile. Rage over here. All of the Hawk Riders are dead now as well. Royal Champion is trying to carry, but this won't work at all. And this means this is not going to be a high percentage for us. And this means we somehow need to get back of this disadvantage. Miners are trying to do their best, trying to get inside, trying to collect a couple of percentages. One heal spell is still left. He's placing them at the top Inferno Tower. Already a couple of clean up archers on the right side, but this means, like I said, not too high of a percentage attack. And this means, yeah, we're down, or we're tied on stars, but down on percentage. Let's see how many percentage he can take in the end to somehow make this still close. Miners are getting through, taking cover from percentage 77. Can he get to 80? 79. And Warden 80%, and this will be the final result. 80% to the 98% of Banal, which means 18% lead for INTZ, and this is a tough one. 18% is a lot, and this will be tough to come back. So let's see what INTZ is doing. If they're tripling this attack as well, they will have a massive lead. So we have to hope for some really nice defense over here. But Aussie is coming in, trying to finish up the war with his Queen Charge Hawk Rider attack. He's coming with the Yeti Blimp for the town as well. Always a high value thing to do with the Yeti Blimp, but at the same time a super risky thing to do as well. So at the moment there's no damage on his queen, but either way the healers are not switching at his part, and now his how to say, the wall breakers, now I have the right word. The wall breakers are coming in, opening up 2 walls for him. One thing which he's a bit unlucky on is that the king is luring his queen away. The queen was supposed to go into the first channel kinda to take out the enemy queen, the enemy Scattershot, etc. That was like the pathing which was supposed to happen. But instead the king lured her over, and now she's going to the wrong channel kinda, but he tries to save it with a couple of more wall breakers, making sure that he can access the enemy eagle. So everything is looking good so far. Air defense is trying to somehow save this, but actually the air defense is completely drunk. Like whatever, I don't know, he, she, whatever, it's hitting every single healer twice, which means it's like on one shot and then switching the target. It's stupid. This means we have at least 2 healers which are nearly dead on the healer part, but this means the healers are staying alive, healing the queen. He's using his queen ability. I don't know if that was actually needed, but either way, the queen is killing the enemy queen, which means the Hawk Riders have a nice path to go through. Bomb tower on the outside is not getting taken down. This means he has to later on make sure that he's getting rid of that. And yeah, a lot of Hawk Riders are going to the outside. Queen is getting targeted by the single, is getting melted by the single Inferno Tower. And meanwhile, we have a lot of Hawk Riders dying on the outside to the bomb tower. The bomb tower is actually pretty good at the moment with the latest buffs. And now Royal Champ ability, Single Inferno Tower still on her, which means this is not going to be a triple. But at the same time, the Warden is still alive. The Warden can still collect so much percentage. And let's speed that up because, like I said, this is only percentage game. But at least no triples. So it's still tied on stars. But we are way far behind on percentage, so we have to somehow get a really high percentage 2-star or a triple to come back. Otherwise there's no chance of a comeback, no chance at all. So 91%, that's crazy. 98, 99 and 2 triple, and this, we have to overcome this somehow. So let's see whether we can do this. Nick is the man to do it, and what we're trying to, or what we're taking a look at the moment is drag bet. Sorry, not drag clone, drag bet. As long as I'm not doing the strategy, it's actually pretty powerful, even though it's not that common. And he wanted to go for the enemy air defense and the enemy wizard tower, even though the wizard tower is most likely more important, because he's going to enter on the left side later on with his bats. So it's more important to get the wizard tower out of the way than actually the air defense. Meanwhile, he's already funneling at the top right side with his Bay Dragon and his king. Now all of the dragons are coming in, and they're just supposed to push just straight up into the town hall, taking as many wizard towers and scatter shots out as possible. And then later on, we have the bats coming in from the left. So far everything is looking pretty good. Slammer from the right, Rage on the town hall, Warden is like following around, a little bit drunk, whatever. And now we have our dragons coming in, getting deeper into the base, taking out the next scatter, or the first scatter shot. And now we have the bats coming in from the left side. Cleanup already placed with the minion. He has 4 freaking freezes with him, which means this scatter shot won't shoot once over the entire attack, kinda. So this is something which he has to do. Wizard Tower is getting taken out by the Royal Champion. This was clutch because this means there's no splash damage anymore on this base. Huge overkill. This was a crazy nice attack of Nick, and this means as well we will be in the lead in stars, but we will be in behind in percentage, which means we have to keep this up. If INTZ is getting a tie on stars, we will lose on percentage because we had this one. I mean, 80% isn't too low of percentage, right? Like 80%, it's not too bad. But since INTZ had 98 and 91, it's not too good for us. So either way, Nick completely crushed this base. Nicely done by him. And this means we're once again in the lead with stars, but not on lead with the percentage, which means it comes down to the next attack of INTZ. The last 2 attacks are coming in, and the last one for INTZ is going to be the man, the myth, Molinal. One of the best attackers in the game, and this one is going to be Yeti Smash. I normally see him kind of rarely do Yeti Smash. Normally I see him like Suilalo, he's a god at that. Dragons in any way, like Drag Clone, Drag Bet, whatever. He's really good at those strategies as well. And now he's coming in with the Yeti Smash on this base. So let's see on how he's doing. Everything is looking actually pretty good regarding the setup of the base. Like he's jumping in at the top left, then jumping in the core. He has actually 3 jumps with him, which means it's kind of expensive, but at the same time he's opening up so much space. So this should look kind of good. So let's see how this will finish up. Yetis are coming in. Yetis are getting placed at the top. Witches in behind because we have 3 single Inferno Towers back end, so the witches are kind of nice. And take a look at this king pathing. This was like 900 IQ, really nicely done. King is pathing up and then pathing down again to take out the enemy Royal Champ, to create a really nice pathing to make sure that everything is going in. Royal Champ, the ward ability is getting used, everything is coming in. Now the siege barracks at the top right side to make sure that everything is staying inside, not smashing through any random base. We have a Dragon CC actually in there, which means it's even better for the Yeti Smash, since we expected some sort of Suilalo or Dragon attacks, and dragons are kind of more annoying than 3 ice golems against air attacks. So this is something which we kind of expected, but it completely went the wrong side. And now he's coming in, but somehow everything died in the core. Like the setup of the scatter shot and the 3 single Inferno Towers melted those troops, which means he needs to use the Queen ability. The scatter shot is actually killing all of the healers, and now the Hawk Riders are getting spring trapped away. Royal Champ is still alive, but this still means this is going to be close because the 1 single Inferno Tower is staying alive for now. He has to somehow make sure that he's getting around the single Inferno Tower. Tornado Trap was on the right side once again, kind of like the Yeti Blimp bait over there. Still, single front tower is going to be the clutch thing. If this is somehow already low, or if the Royal Champion can clear that single front tower, this is going to be a triple. If not, this is not going to be a triple. And the Expo is staying alive, is tanking for the single front tower, and this means this is not going to be a triple, and this means we should be good to go. The last attack is mine, which means I have to get, I think just a 2. I'm not really sure, but we will see in a second, and then obviously a triple would be the best thing to do to make sure that this is going to be a safe victory for us. So last attack of this war, and then we will take a look at the result and how everything finished and who's taking home the $800. So next attack is done by me. Like I said, I'm going with the Yeti Smash as well. I already told you guys a couple of times, I love the Queen Charge Hybrid, but I think just for those really annoying anti-ground bases, I feel like Yeti Smash is more unpredictable to build against. So this is why I'm going with the Yeti Smash on this one. And since I kind of knew already that INTZ loves to protect their Town Hall with Tesla and everything, I brought overall 6 loons. I kind of expected a Tesla farm over there. This is why we brought so many loons with me, just to make sure that I can somehow get rid of those. And this is what I'm doing over here to make sure that the queen is going into the right direction, because I want to have her inside, like jump inside later on. And like I said, as soon as the town is kind of exposed like this, a lot of clans like to trap the town hall with a lot of traps like black mines, tornado trap, etc. So on this one, I was actually sleeping. I don't know what I did, but I didn't drop the rage, which was stupid. And since this was just too late, I just used the queen ability, which means it's already not looking too good for us. Now the CC is coming out. Now I'm using the rage, which is... Yes, I used the rage over there. Now I'm trying to jump in. King on the left side is funneling everything. Everything is walking in. I brought one Ice Golem because I felt like the single Firmament Tower in combination with the enemy queen is dealing a lot of damage. And I'm already coming in with the ram. If you guys might wonder, like, iTzu, why the heck are you placing the ram over there? I want to have an entry like this. Why do you place the ram over there? The reason for that is, like I said, a lot of times the town hall is trapped with a lot of like black mines and stuff like that. With sending in a ram and knowing that I took already out the Tesla, there's not going to be any damage on the ram, which means it's way safer than sending in the blimp, running into 2 black mines and not making it to the tunnel compartment. So this is why I brought the ram over there. Yetis are going strong into the core. Now sadly the healers are switching. I'm using the freeze to make sure that the air defense is not killing all of my healers, but the healers are staying on my 2 Yetis of the ram, which is kind of unlucky. But still, it's looking not too bad, right? We have the Yetis on the right side, we have our Queen in the core with the Yetis, and we have our Royal Champ on the left side. So OP freeze on like two Expos, 1 Wizard Tower, 1 Cannon, and 1 single Firmament Tower. Meanwhile, we have on the right side the Yeti doing whatever he can. Queen is going down to the enemy king over there. Royal Champ ability to somehow save the day. And it is saving the day because it takes out the single Firmament Tower in the last couple of defenses, except 2 cannons and an archer tower. And well, now I have basically the same thing happening like in one of the earlier attacks where the warden is trying to clutch everything. But on this time, we have only 3 defenses, only 2 defenses alive. And this means this should be really close, right? Like king is alive, the warden is trying to tank and help everything. Now he's tanking the cannon, taking out the army camp. And yes, this is going to be a triple with the king being alive and super tanky. So this means we're finishing on a triple. And let's take a look at the result, which was like the final score of this war, because it was super close, like I said. So the finish line is going to be 14-12, even though they had the percentage lead. Like I said, they had a lot of close attacks. The triples were close and the time fights as well. So overall, really close war. 14-12, even though it looks kind of one-sided, it wasn't one-sided at all. So GG to INTZ, and we are the champions, or like the winners of the Primetime Cup. Was a lot of fun, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys hopefully back tomorrow for another video. See you guys then. Until then, and bye bye.